Hey you guys, it's Kyle from Markham Reptiles, and today we're going to go over 5 reasons not to be afraid of snakes. Right here I got my beautiful northern white-lipped python, Midas. We named this guy King Midas because he is just so golden. He is a super cool looking snake, and yeah, big shout out to this guy. He's actually about 13 years old. He's captive bred in the US, and he is just a big old northern white-lipped python male. Quite the specimen. And just a really cool snake. Super golden, like I said, so we really like that about him. And we're trying to reproduce this color by breeding him to the most golden female that we have, and that is Belle. So be on the lookout for some cool stuff. If we are able to reproduce this guy, his babies would be absolutely spectacular. As usual, we asked you guys this question on Instagram, and you guys voted with your comments and likes. And you guys actually came up with this top 5 list. And you guys chose a wonderful list once again. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So the number 5 top reason to not be afraid of snakes is that they are vital to the environment. Snakes control pests. And pests cause a number of problems. Pests chew electrical wires, which causes fires. Pests spread disease. And pests are, pesky. They generally are something that are unwanted, and that is for multiple reasons, mostly that of disease. So in order to keep these pest populations under control in the wild, that is the role that snakes play in the ecosystem. It's a very thankless job because they do all this work for us, and then when people see them, they're scared of them. Really, it would be rough to be treated like a snake. For everything that snakes do for us, we actually could treat them a little bit better because they are actually super important to the environment. And they're beautiful animals like Midas right here. I mean, look at those white lips on his heat pits. This is absolutely a beautiful snake. I'll go ahead and throw up some pictures of him outside too, just so you guys can see this guy. And I appreciate you guys watching my videos so that I get a chance to spend some time with this guy and shoot these videos. They're a great opportunity to get a snake like this out to handle and show off to you guys. Is actually super fun. The number 4 reason that you guys chose to not be afraid of snakes is actually that they're often really chill. Midas, for example, is a northern white-lipped python. And northern white-lipped pythons have a really bad reputation of being super snappy and really just aggressive. And snakes in general are not aggressive. They're more defensive. They're not going to chase you down the street. They're more going to just hold their area. And if you come up and really bother them, that's when you get bit, or if you step on them and things like that. So they're really just defending themselves. But Midas, for example, is a great example of a northern white-lipped python. And as you guys can see, he's just chilling. He hasn't heard about any of the myths about northern white-lipped pythons being aggressive and crazy and reactive and all of those things. And he's just chilling. I literally have him over my shoulder. He's around my neck. He's well in striking distance of my face if he decided to. And he's just not on that type of time. He's just chilling. And he really is just a chill guy. He's having a good day. He's relaxing. He's inquisitive. He's checking out the camera. He's seeing what's going on. You're seeing the tongue flicks. And this guy is an absolutely beautiful snake. The number 3 reason that you guys chose to not be afraid of snakes is that they're really misunderstood. And that the more you understand about these guys, the less you're actually going to be scared of them. And that is totally true. Like this guy, for example, I pointed out earlier that he has heat pits, which means that if there's something hot in front of him, then he's going to be extra checking that out. And he kind of sees the world in a different way than we do. Me, for example, I look like a big fire-breathing dragon to this guy. I have hot skin, I have hot eyes, and my breath is clean, I swear. But I have hot breath. Your breath is hot as well. So if he sees me, he's seeing my 98.6 degree skin, my eyes, which are basically the inside of my body on the outside, and those are hot as well. And then my breath is coming out hot as well. So I really look like a fire-breathing dragon to this guy. And you could see why an animal like that, especially as a baby, would be scared of you. But this guy is not scared of me. He's 13 years old, and he's had time to chill out. He's a big guy with a bunch of confidence, and he really doesn't have much of a problem. And that makes you appreciate him all the more, knowing that he sees the world differently from you, and he can still not be scared. That's actually super cool. And the more facts like that you learn about snakes, the less you will be scared of them. My buddy Randy Pegues actually pointed something out that's very true, and that is that in order to attack you, a snake is basically risking its life. This guy, for example, is like a 6.5-foot snake, but in a fight with me and this guy's going to lose every single time, especially he's a non-venomous snake. But even a venomous snake is going to immediately lose a fight with a human being. Yes, a venomous snake could bite you, and if it's a lethal venomous snake, you could die later, but that snake is going to die immediately, right then and there, because you'll kill it in a fight. So that venomous snake really does not want to bite you. It really just wants to be left alone, which brings us back to the fact that snakes are not really aggressive. They're more defensive, and they'll only bite you if they really think they have to. The more that you understand them, the more you can work with them so that they're not thinking you're trying to kill them. Right now, when I'm holding this guy, my hand's not even closed. You'll see that both of my hands are not closed. That's because if I was to go and just grab this guy, that makes him feel like he's about to die. And that's scary. So there's certain things that you can do with snakes to make them feel more secure. Not that this guy is a horrible snake anyways. I could probably close my hand around him, but I just don't, because I don't want him to feel like he's going to die, and I don't want him to feel scared. So there's certain things that you can do so that these animals feel more secure. And you can support his body so he doesn't feel like he's falling and things like that. But the more that you understand about these snakes, the less you'll be scared. A snake like this northern white-lipped python, for example, actually has the most teeth of any python. But these guys have super small teeth. If you take a bite from a full-grown adult like this 6.5-foot male right here, basically what will happen is they have an anticoagulant in their saliva. So it'll bleed a little bit more than a normal cut. But once you wash away that blood, basically you'll just have a bunch of little dots. And it's not even really as big or even as painful as most paper cuts. So people don't realize that getting bit by a snake is mostly suspense that's scary, not the actual bite itself. It really is mind over matter with this sort of thing. So as my beautiful wife pointed out, most of the fear really is in your own head. So don't get in your own head, get into knowledge, and learn more about these guys, and you will not be as scared of them. Speaking of knowledge, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to my boy Dan for one of Dan's snake facts. Go ahead and take it away, Dan.
What is going on? This is Dan with Shaq Scales. I'm here with one of my blood pythons. He's pretty much just a normal blood python with some enhancers, but he's definitely a good looking snake. Snake fact for today: blood pythons' eggs, best temperature for them to incubate is about 88-90 degrees, and it should take like 60 to 75 days.
Thanks so much, Dan. As usual, you guys, you can find Dan's links in the description. Dan, thank you so much for always giving us these wonderful snake facts. It's always a pleasure to work with you. For number 2, you guys said that another reason not to be afraid of snakes is that they are so demonized when they don't deserve it. The Bible, for example, demonizes snakes and Adam and Eve. And I'm not knocking Christianity. I believe in God. I was baptized and everything like that. And I actually pray every single day. Not that I want to really bring religion into this. But this guy, Joker, right here, he's a beautiful clown pie ball python. And this guy has never offered me an evil apple or a poison apple or anything like that. So, you know what? I think that these guys definitely have an unfair reputation. This guy is actually literally a father. He is the father of one of our clutches this year. So congratulations to you, Joker. And he's going to have some absolutely beautiful babies that he sired coming out of the eggs this year. So we got those incubating. It's been about 30 days. They hatch after about 50 or 60 days. So it'll be really cool to see if we get some babies. We're shooting for babies that look like Joker, so it'll be cool to see if we get some babies that look like this guy right here. Yeah, so these guys are heavily demonized. And really, to me, these are an animal. These are one of God's creatures, if you believe in God. And if you don't believe in God, these are not bad animals. Like we said, they're pretty chill. These, especially ball pythons, as you guys probably know, are super chill. They're super placid. They're called ball pythons because when threatened, they're known to actually curl into a ball as opposed to biting. And these guys really don't deserve any type of bad reputation. These guys have very small teeth. They're non-venomous. And they pose literally no threat to you. This guy could bite me in the actual face, and it wouldn't do anything. And really, I'm probably just scaring him by putting him by my face. It's not actually really a threat. He's not prone to biting. He's never struck at me. He does not exhibit that type of behavior. Snakes just have a horrible reputation. You cannot generalize a whole category of animals in this way. And there's actually a lot of species of snake that are known to be super placid. And even the ones that are a bit more high strung, as I said before, are really just defensive. They're not aggressive. They're not going to chase you. If you sit them down, they're not coming after you. And if they go past you, they're just not that smart and they're trying to flee in that direction. There's something behind you that they're trying to get to. Or, in the case of certain instances, like if you're in a boat full of fish and a water snake swims up to that boat, you smell like fish and it wants to fish. You know what I mean? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on. These snakes are not chasing you. They're not aggressive. They can be defensive, but some of them aren't even defensive. Like Joker right here. Joker is literally just chilling. The number one reason that you guys pick to not be afraid of snakes is that if you are afraid of snakes, you're going to miss out on the magic that happens when you really appreciate and respect these guys. I mean, look at Joker right here, you guys. He has some blue eyes. He has an absolutely beautiful pattern. This guy is an amazing animal. I could sit here for days and just look at his different scales. I could look at how his browns change to yellows right here. I could look at how the pattern is on him and try to figure out what it looks like. I could wonder what type of snakes I can make with him. That's something I do a lot since I'm breeding snakes. What are his babies going to look like? I wonder about that quite a bit. But interacting with a snake like this is actually super soothing. On the other side of fear is happiness, and that couldn't be more true with snakes. There's something very enjoyable about taking an animal that is so demonized and so villainized and just interacting with it and accepting it for what it is. And that is a beautiful, beautiful animal like this snake Joker right here. He's a chill, kind, relaxed animal that couldn't be a better pet. And this guy is absolutely amazing. So if you guys are scared of snakes, you're actually missing out on these great interactions. And let me tell you guys, there's nothing better for me than waking up every day and coming down here to my snake room and enjoying all the different species I have and all the different snakes that are individuals with different personalities and interacting with them, and my wife giving them cute Disney names and my kids naming some of them and my kids interacting with them and learning about the different species and reciting the knowledge back to me and teaching different people that come over about the different species. All of this is stuff that you guys will miss out on if you're afraid of snakes, unfortunately. So don't be afraid of snakes. If you're watching this video, you're taking a step in the right direction to not be afraid of snakes. You're at least being open-minded, and that's really all it takes. So just go ahead and move forward. And we actually are going to have a video coming up in the future on steps that you can take to get yourself over your fear of snakes. So definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you to all you guys that participated in this video. And I want to take a second to shout out USARK. I actually link USARK in every single one of our videos. But if you're not supporting USARK, it's very important that you do. USARK does not sponsor me in any way. But what they do is they fight for our rights to keep our animals. USARK actually goes to the politicians and talks to them and tells them how many people really are supporting USARK. So numbers really do matter. Go ahead and sign up. And they tell them that there's this group of reptile keepers that would rather not have you pass a law outlawing this ball python or any other species of snake. So it's super important that you guys go support them. Go ahead and check out our sponsor, Reptiles. Their link is in the description. And go ahead and check out our Patreon. The best way to support us is through our Patreon. That is linked in the description. It's actually free to be a member of our Patreon. And you can get exclusive shots at animals that we have. You get first dibs on any animal that we have available, as well as exclusive content and insider knowledge about what we have going on here at Markham Reptiles. From Joker and I, you guys have a wonderful day. Keep enjoying the world. Spread love, not fear. And take care, you guys.